Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. Since this is my first video, I will give you a little bit of information about myself. My name is Shauna. I am a 34-year-old wife and mommy to two beautiful girls and one furry boy, our dog Clyde, who you may hear in the background right now. So we have been on our debt-free journey on and off as far as intensity goes for the last couple of years. But in the last year or so, we have gotten much more serious about knocking out this debt. So I am the numbers nerd in our relationship. So I do the budgeting and I use a few different methods to do our budget. It's kind of a mix of Dave Ramsey and his baby steps, the avalanche method, and the budget mom, which we are about to get into. We started off with about $126,000 in debt, and we are now down to 66. So let's get into this budget. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I am gonna show you this Budget Mom planner that I ordered. I've been watching the Budget Mom on YouTube for a long time now. And I love this planner. I had one, not last year, but the year before, and then I could not get my hands on one last year. I ended up doing the box set that she does. That just shows you how popular her methods are, because her budget binder was just sold out all last year. So I finally got my hands on one for this year, and I just wanted to show you how cute this packaging is. So she's got the box, and then she's got this little like tissue paper, and then her little message inside every box. Very sweet. So you open this up and you get this wonderful planner. All right. The quality on this is amazing. Move you up a little bit so you can see. Okay. So it's got like a really thick cover. It's kind of glossy, so like if you get anything on it, you can wipe it off. It's got her little card in here, and then it's got like a, who this belongs to, where to call if you lose your binder, and then it's got all of the information on how to use this binder, which is great for somebody who might be starting out, or even those of us who have been on the journey for a few years like myself. All right, so it's got like financial plan, like a goal worksheet. So we're looking at like 1-year goals, 5-year goals, and then long-term goals like 10 to 15 years. It goes over like membership subscriptions. So if you have those yearly memberships where, like me, sometimes you forget about them and then they pop up, this is a good way to keep track of them. You can put down how much they are, how much that breaks down to monthly, and then when they're due. And she's got yearly savings trackers in here, cute little sinking funds that you can color in and stuff like that if you like to do the coloring savings. Yearly spending overview, yearly balance overview. She's got your bill tracker. If you've got medical bills, she's got medical bill payment trackers, some spots for some notes, and then it gets into the monthly portion of that. So we are in January now. I am so excited. I've been waiting to use this binder. But it's finally 2022, so we can do it. All right, so she's got the calendar blank. So even if it wasn't 2022, you can use this whenever, which is fantastic. So you can fill it in with days of the week up top. You can put in the days for the calendar in here, any particular goals that you have for this month. And then she gets into breaking down your paycheck, however you get it, whether it's weekly, bi-weekly. You put in like your income information. If you're guessing, you can actually just put like, okay, like I think I'm going to make $1,000 this paycheck. But then if you get paid a little bit more or less, then you can put that in too. It has the bills that are due for that particular paycheck, when they're due, same thing, budgeting however much. Like if you have an electric bill and you think it's going to be $100, but it ends up being a little more or a little less, you can put that in there. So it breaks down, I made this much, I paid my bills, I've got this much left over. And then she has the cash envelopes here where you can fill out what you're going to be putting in your cash envelopes, and then a little leftover tab down here. And then we move up to the top where she's got sinking funds, so things that you may be saving for like Christmas, or maybe something new, a new car, or if you're trying to save up for a house, anything like that. And then extra debt, so if you've got anything left over after that, go ahead and throw it at your debt. That's how much you've got left. And then after that, extra savings. So it's great. And then she goes into the cash envelope breakdown. So if you take your cash envelopes, put them over here, the amount, you can actually go into the denominations that you want for those envelopes, which is awesome. And then if you keep going through the weekly or bi-weekly, the paycheck trackers, and you get to, where is it? The end here. She's actually got cash envelope slips. So she has these in the workbook, and then she also just sells them by themselves. But if you do your workbook and you figure out those denominations for your cash envelopes, you can actually write them down here and total them up, cut these out and bring them to the bank, and you can hand that over with your withdrawal slip to the teller. And it's awesome. I've actually had tellers thank me for using them, and I've had to tell them it's the budget mom, you thank her. So yeah, it's got a lot of good information in here, good ways to track your money, and ways to just visualize what you're going to do for your debt. So let's get into our budget. So we right now are a one income family. We were previously a two income family, but that recently changed. So the paychecks that you're going to be seeing are actually my husband's. He is the provider for us right now. So I like to use different colors when I'm doing the paycheck budgeting. And when I fill out my monthly budget, you'll see that too, as far as how I keep track. So basically I use a color. So for this paycheck, we're going to use blue. I fill out the budget tracker for this particular paycheck, and then I also put it on the calendar that we just looked at on the previous page here, and I put it in blue. So that lets me know, like, I can fill out the calendar, put whenever my bills are due, and whatever paycheck that I'm going to be paying them with. So for example, this is blue. Again, I will put it in blue on here so that I know which paycheck the bills are coming out of, if that makes sense. All right, so our budget, I've kind of written it down here on the side, bear with me. So I actually included his paycheck from 12/31 because it was right there, and we were using it for January anyways. So I'm going to put my husband's name down on here, which is Tony. And his paycheck, because he, bless his heart, he worked a ridiculous amount of overtime. So his paycheck was $16.50. And then the bills that we have coming out of this particular paycheck are these. Let's see, we've got the mortgage. That's due on the 1st. The way our mortgage is set up so that we can make an extra payment every year, and so that we can pay a little bit extra towards the principal. I set mine up on a bi-weekly schedule. So every time my husband gets paid, it splits the mortgage payment in half. We pay a little bit extra, and then just every 2 weeks that amount comes out, and then the mortgage is paid at the beginning of the month because we paid a month ahead. So our mortgage is actually $856, but we round up to $900 and we split it. So it's $450 that comes out every time he gets paid. Let's see, next up is our cell phone. That is due on the 3rd, and that is $137. Next up, we have our storage for our iPhone. That is also due on the, oh, Clyde wants my attention. Hi, buddy. That is also due on the 3rd, and that is $3. So we're gonna put down $3 there. And then we have a Disney Plus subscription that is also due on the 3rd, and that is $9. We have a storage unit that we use. Our house is about 1,1200 square feet. We are a family of 4 with a dog, so not a very big house. So we do have a storage unit, just to hold things like Christmas decorations and bigger things that we don't need all the time. We do not have a garage, so that kind of acts like our garage. Storage unit is also due on the 3rd. 3rd is very popular, and that is $51. All right, and then we have, moving on to, oh, hi, Clyde. Moving on to some utilities. So the water is due on the 15th, but I'm gonna go ahead and pay it with the paycheck from the 31st, just so that the 2 paychecks that we have are kind of even as far as what bills are coming out of them. So water due on the 15th, and it is $125 this month. Then same thing with the gas, due on the 18th, but we're gonna go ahead and pay it now so that the payments are kind of evened out. Gas this month is $83. And then the last thing that we're gonna take out of this paycheck is our Hulu and Netflix subscriptions. They come out on the 21st, but we're gonna go ahead and take those out now, or put the money aside for them now, just to split up the payments. So those 2 combined, I put them in one category, is $25. We don't do cable. We just have the Hulu and the Netflix, the Disney Plus, and then we have like one of those Google things. What is it, Chromecast or something? I'm not really sure. In our bedroom that just like hooks into the TV, and we can stream these things as well. Okay, so the next step is adding up everything from this week that we have to pay. So we'll get our calculator out here. So we're gonna add the mortgage that we split in half, plus the cell phones, the iPhone storage, the Disney Plus subscription, storage unit, our water, our gas, and our Hulu/Netflix subscription. And that brings us up to $883. So we will put that right here. All right, so then what we do next is we clear that out, and we put in my husband's paycheck, the $1,650, and we subtract the $883 that we just took out in bills, and it leaves us with $767 to do the rest of our budget with. So next up is cash envelopes. We have a lot of cash envelopes. Hopefully they'll all fit. So our first cash envelope is food. So our groceries, and we budget $150 for that. And this is how much we'll actually be doing. So put that over here. Gas, we budget $60, and that's what we'll be doing. Takeout, so that is $40. My oldest is she's obsessed with Subway, and every Friday it's like her end of the week reward. Like that's what she wants every Friday is Subway. So we do a takeout budget, and that is $40. Let's see. So then after that we have household. So that's things that you might need for the house: laundry detergent, paper towels, toilet paper, things like that. We have an envelope for myself and for my husband. We have one for our girls, one for the dog, so that's Clyde. And then we have miscellaneous, and we have gifts. All right, so household is going to get $20. My husband and I are each going to get $20. The girls are going to get $30. Clyde is going to get $20. The miscellaneous is going to get $20, and then gifts is going to get $20 as well. So we will add those up real quick. So $150 for the food, plus the gas, the takeout, household, Tony, myself, the girls, Clyde, miscellaneous, and gifts. And we are at $400. So we'll put that total down here. So again, we're going to subtract the same thing. So we've got $767, which was our leftover total up here. And we're going to take out our cash envelope amount, $400, brings us to $367 left over. All right, so then we have got our sinking funds. So our sinking funds, we have a lot of those too. I don't think they're all going to fit in here. But I will tell you what they are. So we have a sinking fund just for car maintenance. It's really a cash envelope for us, but again, I don't have enough room in here for all of our cash envelopes. So car maintenance. We also have house maintenance. Those each get $20. Oops. Okay, and then we have holidays after that. So we do sinking envelopes for birthdays, anniversary, Valentine's Day, Easter, back to school shopping, Halloween, Thanksgiving. We have Mother's Day, Father's Day. I think I got all the, Christmas, Thanksgiving. I think I already said Thanksgiving, but all the holidays, all the things. We save a little bit from each paycheck and put it aside so that by the time that holiday rolls around, it's already paid for. We don't have to worry about it. We just use that envelope. And then we also have sinking funds for things like Amazon, because it is a monthly subscription. So I want to go ahead and plan for that. It comes out every, I think it's February or March. I'll have to double check. So we go ahead and we plan for that too. So let me see if they'll fit in here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, we've got 13, so that's not going to work. So I will just, I'll just tell you how much it's all going to be. we'll fit as much as we can in here. So we have the car maintenance, we've got the house maintenance. Let's do birthdays, because that's kind of generalized. And the birthday is for pretty much just like the girls' birthdays and then our birthdays, whatever that may be. And that's $8 from every paycheck. And then we have, let's see, let's put Amazon in there. And that is $10 for every paycheck. So I'm still budgeting like we're getting paid every week like we were previously, just because it's easier for me to do our sinking funds and envelopes and everything like that weekly, so I can figure that out. So whatever we have left over after figuring out all of this, I'll put into the next week, strictly for sinking funds and envelopes, because the bills are only paid every 2 weeks. So let's see. So we've got Amazon. Let's do some things that are coming up here. So we'll put Valentine's Day in there. And that's gonna get $3. And let's put Easter. And that's gonna get $2. And let's do Mother's Day and Father's Day. And those are each gonna get $2. Let me see, we've got 2 spots left. Okay, let's see. So we will just go ahead and put in there, we'll do back to school. And we will do Halloween. Okay, back to school gets $9 every paycheck. Halloween gets $1 every paycheck. So let's go ahead and add those up. So we've got the $20 for car maintenance, house maintenance, birthdays, Amazon, Valentine's Day, Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, back to school, and Halloween. So that brings us to $77. I am also going to add in, even though I can't fit them, just to keep my budget going straight, the rest of our sinking funds. So we also save, like I said, for our anniversary, that's $5. We save for Christmas, that's $26. We save for Thanksgiving, $1. And I think that finishes up our sinking fund. Sorry, I couldn't think. All right, so the total for all of those is going to be $109. And like I said, it's not going to add up here just because I couldn't fit them all, but it will add up for the rest of the sinking envelopes that I have. So we do the same thing. We had $367 left over. We are going to subtract the $109 that we had from our sinking funds, and that leaves us with $258. Okay, so like I said before, we are now a single income family, so it's just my husband's paychecks. So the bills for the first half of the month are taken care of. The cash envelopes for a week's worth of stuff is right here. Same thing with the sinking funds. As far as extra debt goes, we do have debt left. Like I said, we started off with $126,000. We're down to $66,000, and that consists of student loans for my husband and myself, and then some medical debt. So student loans for my husband do come out automatically. You'll see those in the next paycheck. And then we also throw everything we can extra at those at the end of the month, and after everything's been paid. And then as far as medical bills go, those are something they're taken out from the paycheck. automatically. So it comes out before, excuse me, it comes out before we get to this balance that you're seeing for his paycheck. So I'm not going to put anything into extra debt right now. I'm not going to put anything into extra savings. I'm going to move it all down to here, that 258, and that is going to be put aside for next week, since my husband does not have a paycheck every week, just every other week. And that'll be used towards mostly our cash envelopes. So our main necessities, you know, food, gas, things like that. So, all right. So that's going to close out our first paycheck for January of 2022. Oh yeah, paycheck date. Oops. So that was technically December, but again, one day later it's January. So we'll go with it. I do have a paycheck coming left over from my job this week, but it's not going to be much. I will put it in there, but we'll do the next paycheck budgeting tracker when my husband gets paid. So a little bit about how we are paying off our debt, and you'll see more of it later too. Like I said earlier, we do use a combination of the Budget Mom. Obviously, we do break down our payments, our savings, our cash envelopes, everything like that is broken down by paycheck, just because it's easier for us. Like I said, we have all of these sinking funds set up because I don't want to wait until Christmas jumps on you and, you know, you've got all these expenses and you're not prepared for it, or at least I feel like I'm not. I want to have a plan. So it's excessive for some people, but for us it works. I do all of the cash envelopes and sinking funds for all the holidays, all the things that are going to come up, just so that by the time they roll around, like I said, you're prepared. It's just easier for us. So we do that with the Budget Mom methods. We do Dave Ramsey still. We did him for all of, as far as the baby steps go. So we still do the baby steps like in order of how we're going to be paying off our debt. So saving the starter emergency fund, which is $1,000. And then step 2 is paying off all of your debt. So we're currently on baby step 2. We have paid off all of our cars. We've paid off our credit card debt. We had a timeshare. Don't do that. Don't do it. We paid off that, finally got rid of it. Thank you God, because it's just, they make it seem like it's a blessing when they have you in that room, but I will tell you, it is not. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It is, and it's awful to get rid of it. It is a whole process. We're actually still in the process of like basically getting our receipt, if you will, saying that we paid them all off, all of our fees and taxes, which are also ridiculous, are paid and we're clear of it. So and so basically we paid off everything except for student loans and medical debt. So student loans, my husband has some with Nelnet, which is like private student loans, so not federal. And then we both have some federal student loans as well. So as you know, the federal student loans right now are paused. They're not adding any of the interest right now, which is fantastic for us. Some people are still paying on them, and I was for a while, but here comes the avalanche method that I was talking about. I figured out all of our student loans and interest rates and balances and all of that, and actually did the math and not just the math, but the time it would take to pay off all of these loans. And the avalanche method not only saved us time, but it saved us money too. So if we're going to save time and money, why not? I know it's not Dave Ramsey. It's not the snowball method, but like I said, we're like a hybrid, like multiple plans. So this is what works for us. It might not work for everybody, but that's okay. Everybody do you, we'll do us. It's perfect for us. So we figured that out. And so right now, while our federal student loans are paused, we are attacking my husband's personal loan, or whatever it is, a student loan, but it's not federal. He has the highest interest rate. I believe his is 6.8 for all those loans that he has. He's got three loans. They just call it loan A, B, and C, that total up for him. So we are kind of doing a mix of the avalanche and the snowball in this, where they're all 6.8% interest, so that doesn't change between the group A, B, and C. But we also did the snowball method by starting with the lowest balance. So currently, group C is the one with the lowest balance, and that's what we've been putting every extra payment that we can towards, just trying to knock that out, knock as much of them out as possible before the federal student loans kick back in. So the goal for that is to have the group C loan completely paid off before the federal student loans kick back in May. So, and then we'll just have, still his normal payment, but the balance will be lower for his loans that's due, and then we'll have our other student loan payments as well. So next week we are going to actually go to the bank, get the money. Well, I'm going to do it this week, but I'll film it for you so you can see it next week. We'll go over cash stuffing. So we'll have the teller slip. We'll get all of our cash from the bank, sort it out, stuff our cash envelopes and our sinking funds and our binders, and get all set up for that. I'll show you how we do that. So if that's something that you would be interested in seeing, stay tuned for that coming next week. All right, guys. So this was our budget for our first paycheck in January. I hope that helped you figure out how to use the Budget Mom's amazing budget tracker. I do fill out, like I said, more of it, but I haven't done that yet. So when we film the next video, I will go ahead and have this calendar filled out for you so that you can see how I use the different pen colors to determine which paycheck is paying what and when each bill will be paid. All right, thank you for watching. If you like this video, if anything like this speaks to you as far as getting out of debt or budgeting, cash envelopes, anything like that, please consider subscribing. It is absolutely free and it helps me out a lot. And if you like this video, just give it a thumbs up. Feel free to leave me any comments, any questions, anything that you want to in the comments below. I will be glad to get back to you on any of that. And we will see you next week. Bye.